Okay, so we're back where we left off, and the thing about being too stubborn with your bargaining is you can't get him back down to his previous price. If I start asking about prices again, actually, if I just say yes, I think it'll start him on his spiel again. He basically goes through the same spiel, and then he says, all for a mere 5. Oh, actually, he does. He says, for a mere 5 denarius, what do you say? Okay, I'll say yes. Let me make sure that that actually works out. So we have 197 denarius right now, and if I say yes now, you pay the man his money. Just a minute, I'll introduce your Saurus to you. True love at first sight, and what a sight for Saurus eyes. Seeing that you two kids are hitting it off from the start, sounds like a good time to start heading off. Hello, I must be going. An exit line if I ever heard one. What a Jew. I will be honored to put your Saurus back into the stable for you, Effendi. Oh, really? You would be honored to put my Saurus in the stable? Touch him! Liebe mein Eidisch Saurus! Okay. All that happened way too fast. I'm sorry, but it did. But, yeah. For some reason I thought that if you refuse his final offer of 5 denarius, then he won't go that low again, but actually he does. He stays down at 5 denarius. So we bought this Saurus for 5 denarius. Not only that, but we have now a place to put the Saurus, and this gentleman, guard, is so... he is so honored to touch our to Liebe mein Eidisch Saurus that he'll put it into the stable, so we don't even need to put it in. We'll just leave it there and go back inside and yeah, it's the same thing about sightseeing and Rasir. I'm not going to read that again. If you are exploring the desert, you should visit the dervish at the oasis. He is a very wise man. Oh, really? See, our Saurus is faithfully waiting for us here. In Spielberg, these things weren't so friendly, but in here, this is a perfectly tame Saurus, and he's very friendly. He'll be our noble steed for the rest of our time that we're in Shapir, or most of the rest of the time that we're in Shapir. Okay, this guy was telling us about the dervish. Tell us about the dervish. The dervish lives in the oasis to the south. He knows everything that goes on in the desert. Where's the oasis? The oasis is a place in the desert where there is life-giving water. It is 5 scareen lengths to the south and 3 scareen lengths to the east from the town overlook. What is a scareen? A scareen is the distance from here to over there. What he's basically saying, if you didn't catch the pun, it's a pun on screen. What he in Shapir, I guess there's a unit of length called the scareen, which is basically the distance from this side of your computer monitor to this side of your computer monitor. So, in other words, he's saying go right, where was the oasis? It's 3 scareen lengths to the east, so basically go 3 screens to the east, and then keep going south and you'll find it. And we can do that fairly easily because we have our compass there, see? Although I don't usually use the compass because I hardly ever go into the desert, and anyway, okay, I'm going to leave the Saurus there for now. And he tells us about the duck. I'm going to ignore his request to sell us a duck. In fact, I don't think I even can. You know what happens if I try to bargain for duck? Let me see if I got one. I don't think he has one. Sorry, boss, I just ran out of them. Maybe you'll come back tomorrow and I still not have it. Let me try to sell us stuff you don't have, idiot. Okay, so yeah. Our ability to buy the Saurus is the first thing that happens on day 2 that wasn't there on day 1. If you go out on day 1, out to the Saurus lot, you see just basically those red Sauruses running around, but Groucho Marx, aka Ali Fakir, is not there. The other thing that happens on day 2 is if you go here to the Fighters Plaza, this guy shows up. I challenge you all to a wager of skill versus skill. Who will dare to follow where I lead across this narrow path of rope? Who will risk a denar in his very life that he may gain 5 denarius in return? Is there no one of courage and daring among you? Who will take my challenge? This guy is... You, stranger from a distant land, are you brave and skilled enough to cross this rope? Will you wager with me? This guy is... the man is built just like an acrobat. Basically, he's a showman. He's challenging us to walk across that tightrope just like he's doing there. It is such a simple thing to walk this rope. Surely you have the skill. You will gain 5 denarius because of it. Will you wager with me? There's actually not much reason to walk his tightrope challenge. Is there no one of courage? Yeah, he keeps talking. I'm going to ignore his talking for now. If you're a thief character, you want to win this challenge at least once, because if you're a thief, you get points for successfully walking across the tightrope. We're not a thief, so there's really nothing in it for us. You can gain some agility. If you, let's see, I think our agility is at 100, because that's where we left it when we finished the second game. When we finished the first game and started the second game. There we go, that's what I meant to say. So, and we can increase our agility by practicing this rope a little bit. But there are probably better ways to do that. Probably just dodging in a battle is probably a better way to raise your agility. You can also get a little bit of money off him, because as he says, you bet 1 dinar, and if you win, you get 5 dinar. So we can get a little bit of money off him. And just for fun, I'm gonna, let's see, can I ask him about some stuff? Ask him about, what's your name, friend? I am called Agi the Agile. Or is that Agi the Agile? I don't know. Let's ask him about the usual questions. Tell me about the weather, friend. The weather is seldom windy this time of year. What about Shapir? This city is a perfect place to improve your skills at climbing and balancing, and also other things as well. Do you have an opinion on Rasir? I have not been back there since the Emir Aris was overthrown. Entertainers and wagering have been forbidden there. That must suck. Can you tell us about blah 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 blah? Do you know anything about magic? Upon that I can say but little, for I only know a little about it. Okay. But he didn't tell us the little that he knew. Tell us about the rope. That subject has little to do... He says that subject has little to do with the challenge. I just asked him about the rope. He doesn't think the rope has anything to do with his challenge. You need a lobotomy, friend. And of course the game doesn't understand. What else can I ask him about? I guess not much. You know what? He doesn't have a lot to say in any case. Let's take the challenge. You have but to give me a dinar, and you will gain 5 if you walk the rope. Okay. Give dinar. You are most brave. Now let us see if you are skilled as well. This actually isn't that tough, although I would prefer to have a little bit more than 100 agility to do it. It is so simple, even you could do it. You have but to climb the rope. Okay. There's too much dialogue in this game. All these merchants and these show people and these crooked salespeople are just talk too much. Alright. Left arrow, try to step forward. Right arrow, hold your position. Up arrow, correct by leaning right. Down arrow, correct by leaning left. Basically, you just keep pressing the left arrow, and if it looks like he's going to fall, try to press right arrow. That'll kind of stabilize him for a second. So I'm just pressing left arrow to proceed along, and if you see him starting to fall, you can correct with the up or down arrows, or you can press right to kind of stabilize him and let him catch his balance for a second. It's there we go. Ooh, he almost fell. All right, so so let's see. There we go. I think he's pretty. So he's leaning a little bit too far to the left, so I'm going to press up arrow. There we go. Now he's a little more stable. I think he's still leaning a little bit too far to the left, but let's see what happens. Okay, so I press, whoop. What you can do, and what I usually did when I played this, is I would save after every step. You can save your game during this and restore if you fall, so you don't need to do it all in one shot, but I'm not going to bother doing that now because that's kind of cheap and it would take too long, and I'm already running out of time on this video. So, see, I'm almost there. Can I make it? Well, doing pretty well, but it keeps almost falling. There we go. I won. You collect your 5 dinars. You cannot get off so easily. Let us test the rope again that I may regain my lost dinars. Actually, you can beat him. You can do this, I think, 3 times, and after the 3rd time, he'll refuse to accept you again because he says he's lost too much money on you. Let me see. What did that do for our stats? Actually, we increased our agility as well. So we increased our agility and got a profit of 4 dinars off this guy. That's pretty good. I think I might do this a few more times, but you've seen how it works, so I'm not going to bother filming it. And of course, we can also go, after we're done with this exciting stuff, we can go into the guild hall and practice with Uhura for the, whatever. Practice with the African woman in the guild hall. So I think I might do that before resuming the next video, and then we'll carry on from there. Let's see, what time is it? Well, it's already midday. I've already passed half the day. I'm wasting too much time talking. I'm going to pause the game because I don't want to waste too much time, and I will go ahead and beat Aggie the Agile at his own game a couple more times, practice with Ahura, and then I'll continue in the next video. I'll see you then, folks. Take care.